Oh, we're live. Time to get the Taco Bell. Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Sparxxyy and welcome back to another video. It's been a really long time since I last filmed a YouTube video and I do greatly apologise for that. These last 2 weeks I've been pretty busy. The lockdown ended in the UK, which meant that I went back to work, and I work in a retail store, therefore you can imagine that time at work has been pretty demanding. But yeah, going back to work has been pretty tiring, so I've not had many days off, and the days I do have off I'd just rather chill and do something else rather than film a video. I hope you guys don't take that personally. Oh, and another thing. So it is actually my 20th birthday. I know, I do not look 20 years old. I still look like a 12-year-old. So today I'm going to be talking about 20 games that changed my life in some way, shape or form. I wanted to do a video on my birthday, but I wanted to make it gaming related, and I thought, you know what, why not do this video, you know, 20 games for 20 years. To let you know, if there is a game that is not on this list that I've mentioned before, doesn't mean it's not special to me. It is probably still very special to me. These are just the first 20 games that come to mind. Some games are of a series, but a different game. Anyway, let's jump into the list, and these games, by the way, are in no particular order, so let's go. Okay, so the first game on this list is The Sims 2 on the PS2. Yes, the first Sims game I ever played. I still play The Sims religiously to this day. I remember being introduced to this game through my brother and my cousin, and then playing the game like so much. When I got a PS2, I ended up getting The Sims 2 on the PS2, and that is literally my first experience of The Sims. Amazing. And it also introduced me to my favourite band of all time, which is Paramore. Their song Pressure actually plays in the first level of the game, and it's in Simlish. The next game, Dog's Life. I loved this game so much as a kid, and to this day, I've said this in so many videos, it stands as one of the most unique video games I've ever played in my entire life. Basically, you just play as a dog called Jake, trying to save your dog girlfriend from being turned into cat food. Yep, I was obsessed with the game, and I still am. When somebody mentions Dog's Life, I'm like, oh my god, you know what Dog's Life is? And then we just hit it off right away, so that's how it goes when someone I know has played Dog's Life before. This game on this list is Sly 1. I cannot mention a list of 20 or however many games that have changed my life without mentioning a Sly Cooper game. Sly 1 was one of the first video games I ever played, and also the first Sly Cooper game. The Sly Cooper games have changed my life in so many ways. Not only has it introduced me to an amazing set of characters and a great story, but this community. If it wasn't for me being into the Sly Cooper games, then I would absolutely not be in this community with the Cooper Nation and all these amazing Sly Cooper YouTubers who are so passionate about the game. But aside from that, Sly 1, so many great memories, and easily one of my favourite games of all time. The next game I'm going to be bringing up is a game very close to my heart, and that is Life is Strange Before the Storm. I've actually got the physical game right here in limited edition. This game has changed my life, and I was going through a very difficult time when I first played it for the very first time about 2 years ago, and the events that happened in this game and the themes behind it, it helped me figure out some problems I was going through in my life at the time, and I'm forever grateful for Life is Strange Before the Storm. And sorry Sly Cooper, but I would say Life is Strange is my favourite game series of all time, just for that reason. It tackles such important issues, and I'm going to make a video about that as well, so. And my love for Before the Storm helped me and actually had me meet one of my closest internet friends to this day, who has changed my life as well. You know who you are, Harry. Of course, the next game is Life is Strange, the very first Life is Strange game. I remember this was the first video game that ever made me feel something. Obviously, I played Life is Strange 1 before I played Before the Storm, but I remember the first time playing it and finishing the game for the first time, and I chose Bay over Bay. Chloe over Arcadia Bay, by the way. And I remember the ending just made me think about the game for days, and a game had never done that to me before, and that was about 3 years ago, before I went through sort of anything emotional. So playing the first Life is Strange game, that was the first game that ever made me feel upset and actually made me cry. A video game had never made me cry before, but Life is Strange did. But it's a game that changed my life as well, because it opened my mind to so many issues going on in the world, and I just loved the themes of the game, and it introduced me to the Life is Strange series, so I'm super grateful for that. The next game I'm going to be bringing up today is a game that I've never spoke about on this channel, but another game that changed my life is Halo 2. I adored Halo as a kid. I played Halo non-stop, specifically Halo 2. My brother got an original Xbox and he got Halo 2 with it. But I remember Halo 2 coming out and my brother getting the game and playing it with my cousin, him and my cousin playing the campaign over and over again. And then when my brother would go to school, and I wasn't at school at the time, or I was, but I come home earlier because I was younger, I remember I used to sneak on his Xbox and play Halo 2. And I wouldn't even play the campaign. I would literally just go on a multiplayer map by myself and run around and amuse myself for ages and ages. When the Master Chief Collection come out, I beat Halo 2, the story mode, for the first time, the campaign even. Absolutely love it. And all the music in that game, the voice acting, the cutscenes, the maps, even the sound of the way the guns fire, just so many good memories. Halo also introduced me to YouTube. All the way back in 2006, I used to watch a YouTuber called I'm Suck, and he made Halo 2 skits and Halo 3 ones as well. And me and my brother used to watch those so much. The 7th game I'm going to be talking about is Red Dead Redemption. When Red Dead Redemption was announced all the way back in 2010, for some reason I just had a massive interest to it. I don't know if it was because the game had horses in it or something like that, but I absolutely loved Red Dead Redemption and I loved the way it looked. So I got it like a couple months after release. I was very young at the time. I must have been about 11 or 12, and I played that game just so much. I think it's one of my most played games on my Xbox 360 is Red Dead Redemption. I also 100% beat the game as well. I think I've got that recorded on this channel, and it literally took me 7 years to do it. So, but Red Dead Redemption, amazing game, amazing story, and when Red Dead 2 come out, honestly, I was fangirling beyond belief. The next game, I gotta stop saying next game, it's gonna annoy people. Pokemon Pearl. I say I love Pokemon. That's a bit of an overstatement now because I don't love Pokemon as much as I used to, but when I was a kid I absolutely adored Pokemon, and Pokemon Pearl was the first Pokemon game I actually ever got bought. The first Pokemon game I ever played was like Pokemon Emerald or something, but the first Pokemon game that I owned on my DS was Pokemon Pearl, and my brother talked me into buying it, or talked my mum into buying it because I was only about 10 at the time, and I adored it, and it got me into Pokemon, it got me into collecting the cards, it got me into watching the anime, it got me into just Pokemon, and I love it. And I've played pretty much almost every single Pokemon game apart from Black and White. So from Diamond and Pearl all the way to Sun and Moon I played Pokemon, but I've stopped playing now, but I still love the game and I still have so much respect for it. I did get Pokemon Sword on the Switch, but I think my love for Pokemon has just died out, but I'll always appreciate it, and it was a big part of my life when I was a kid and it changed my life. Another Nintendo title, Animal Crossing Wild World. Animal Crossing is amazing. Animal Crossing Wild World specifically was the first Animal Crossing game I ever played. It was another game that my brother spoke me into getting, and at first I didn't like Animal Crossing. I thought it was boring. But then I played it a little bit more and I became absolutely addicted to it. My best friend at the time had a DS and I was trying to convince her to get Animal Crossing, but she never did. And I adored Animal Crossing Wild World, and New Horizons is great. If you have a Switch and you don't have Animal Crossing New Horizons, buy it, you're doing yourself a favour. Game number 10 is Skyrim. I love Skyrim. It is amazing, and I've said amazing about 50 times in this video. I put an unreal amount of hours into that game. That's another game that I think I've put most hours into as well, like up among the top 5 of games I've put most hours into is Skyrim. I know it's again such a mainstream game. Again, Skyrim was another game that I played for the first time, didn't really like it, and then was like, I'll just play it again one day, you know, and then I did pick it up and I became addicted to it, and I actually never got to level 50. I never used mods and I played on the Xbox 360 version, so there was no mods, but I still got so much enjoyment out of the game. Game number 11 is Minecraft. God. So I feel embarrassed saying Minecraft because there's so much memeage towards Minecraft now, like, Minecraft is a game for 12-year-olds. I first started playing Minecraft when it very first was released in 2011 or 12, I think it was 2011, and so many good memories. It's like 11 years old. That doesn't seem right that Minecraft is literally 11 years old. It's insane. I remember when it first came out, and the first time I ever played it was in primary school. That's how long ago it was. And since then I played it so much on my crappy laptop, and then it come out on the Xbox 360 in like 2012, and that is where I put the most hours into it. I literally played Minecraft with everyone, like everyone I know. I remember like spending so much time on it, way too much time on it. But then once I got to about 15 years old, I lost interest in Minecraft and I do not play it at all anymore because it's way too different and too many things have been changed and the game has updated so much, I just can't get with it anymore. So I've retired from playing Minecraft, but I still have so much love and respect for the game because it gave me so much happiness and so many happy memories as a kid. Game number 12 is a game that I'm pretty ashamed to admit that I used to adore and I don't anymore, is actually Call of Duty Black Ops. Yes, when Call of Duty Black Ops first came out, that was all the rage, and I remember playing with friends from school, playing all day, and then on the weekends I'd play all day, and then I remember I'd go to school, come home from school, and then play Call of Duty until I went to bed. It was ridiculous. I spent so much time playing Call of Duty Black Ops, and I remember the summer of 2011, all I did was play Call of Duty Black Ops with my friend at the time and her friends, and it was just so much fun. No words can explain how happy those times were, even though now like I don't like Call of Duty really, and I don't like the direction the series has taken, but those were like the good times of gaming. How like everybody had an Xbox 360 and everyone had Call of Duty Black Ops, you know, it was just such a good time. And I would do quite a lot to have another day in 2011 where I just played Call of Duty. I sucked at Call of Duty, but you know, it was a good experience. The next game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Again, pretty much the same reason as why I love Black Ops so much. Just a great game, so many memories, and got me into so many different YouTubers. Game number 14 is Grand Theft Auto 5. I remember if it wasn't for Grand Theft Auto 5, I would have never made a YouTube channel. First video that picked up steam on my very first YouTube channel I ever made was a Grand Theft Auto 5 one, and I remember unboxing the game. It wasn't the first GTA game I'd played. Obviously I'd played like San Andreas and I'd played Vice City and all of that, but I look at GTA 5 and I just get so much nostalgia from the game now, which is so weird because it's still very mainstream and a very popular game. Game number 15 is a game more relevant to this channel, and that is Spyro Year of the Dragon. I love the characters, I just love that game. Spyro Year of the Dragon was the game that introduced me to the Spyro series. I never played many other Spyro games after Year of the Dragon. I hadn't even played the first or second Spyro, but when the Reignited trilogy was announced, I was so pumped because not only would I get the opportunity to play Spyro 3 again, remade, but I'd also get to play Spyro 1 and 2 because I never got the opportunity to play them because they were a little bit before my time. And let me just tell you, the level Sunny Villa, whenever I hear the music in that level, it makes me want to cry of nostalgia. I could always remember that. Even if I got brain damage and lost all my memory, if somebody played Sunny Villa, I'd probably remember it. That's how much I love that soundtrack. And playing the Reignited trilogy and playing Spyro 3 was just pure bliss. Game number 16 is gonna be quite a surprise for a lot of you. Saints Row. I played Saints Row quite a lot back in 2007 to 2014. I loved Saints Row, specifically the first Saints Row game. Saints Row 2 and 3 were great, but after that, Saints Row 4 and all the other Saints Row games, not interested. But Saints Row 1, 2 and 3, specifically 1 and 2, but today we're just talking about 1. Great games. I remember Saints Row 1 got me into gangster rap music. Yes, I like gangster rap music. I loved all the modding the cars, I loved the story, and it was basically like a B-Tech Grand Theft Auto, but still really good. And I think Saints Row 1 is an Xbox exclusive. You can't play it anywhere else. Don't think you can play it on PC, and no, you can't do it on PS3. Yeah, it was an Xbox 360 exclusive, and I loved that game, and again, got me into gangster rap, and I have so many great memories attached to it, and the story is funny as well. I recommend you play it. It is outrageous, but hilarious. Game number 17 is Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 3 changed my life because it got me into rock music. And also, I still play the game today. I find myself plugging in my Xbox 360 just to strum a few songs on Guitar Hero 3. But the funny thing is, I don't actually own the guitar controller anymore because it broke like 12 years ago. So I play with the Xbox controller, and I find that so therapeutic, I don't know why. Guitar Hero 3, I was pretty damn good at that game. Game number 18 is a game I should have probably mentioned mentioned before Skyrim, but Oblivion. Oblivion was the first Elder Scrolls game I ever played, and was actually the first RPG game I ever played as well. I love this game and I have memories attached to it, and one memory I do have attached to it is my brother playing it a lot, and I remember watching my brother play it, and it was so entertaining watching my brother play it. I remember once he beat like the last quest in the game completely naked, like his character had no armor, or he was just completely naked, it was just in his robes. It was so funny. And then they put a statue up of your character and what they were wearing, and because my brother's character wasn't wearing any clothes, they put my brother's character's statue up in a city in the game with him completely naked holding a sword, and we thought it was absolutely hilarious. It's just the pure glory of Elder Scrolls games, am I right? And all the glitches and stuff like that, so much fun. I never beat Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and I do want to go back and play the game because it is backwards compatible, and I still do own the physical version of the game, so I think I might do that at some point. If you guys want me to stream it, let me know. Okay, we're reaching to the end of the list. Game number 19 is Skate 3. This game got me into skateboarding, but Skate 3, such a great game. Again, so many good memories with it and so much fun. I remember the moment I managed to sell 1 million boards. I remember going through a phase where I was like, I'm gonna get all the achievements on this game. And I remember it actually put me through a phase where I actually wanted to be a skater. Obviously have no interest in pursuing that now, but back then, Skate 3 influenced me so much that it actually got me into skateboarding. And I do know a little bit of skateboarding terminology because of Skate 3, so shout out to that game. Last but not least is Fallout 4. I never used to be into Fallout. I remember when Fallout 3 came out and everybody literally lost it and was so excited. And I was just sat there like, I don't see the appeal in this. So when Fallout 4 was announced, I was a little bit older. I think I was about 15 at the time. And my little cousin was really into Fallout, so he recommended the game to me. So on a limb, I bought Fallout 4, and the first time I played it, I was like, this is absolute garbage. I hated it. But me being me, I gave it one more chance, and after that, I was absolutely hooked on my Xbox One. I think it's the game I put most hours into, is Fallout 4. I played that game so much, but it really got me into the Fallout series, and I even went back and played New Vegas on Fallout 3. Just have really funny and weird memories attached to that game, like the time that I screamed at a suicidal super mutant and didn't realise it was a suicidal super mutant because I hadn't played the game anymore, so I didn't know what any of this meant. I didn't know what a Pip-Boy was or anything like that, but it was such a good time. I wish if I could go back and experience a game for the first time, it would be Fallout 4. I just enjoyed it so much and I put so much time in it, and I used to binge play it for hours and hours and hours. It must have been special because around that time I was finding it difficult to get into games. Like I would play a game for about an hour and then get bored, but I didn't get that with Fallout 4. I say back then, I still experience that now. I have the attention span of a wasp. Alright guys, so those are 20 games that have changed my life, or the 20 games that I've put most time into and most memories with. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a like. Put down in the comments games that have changed your life. I would be really interested to know, because I think the kind of games that people are influenced by says a lot about their character, not necessarily in a bad way. I mean, you could probably just sit here and listen to my list and just think, is she for real? Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Goodbye and take care.